moving on with our next session. We have in line is an important one, as with every other topic that we have. And allow me to introduce the moderator for the next session. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and honor to introduce our next moderator, distinguished leader with a wealth of experience in the academic and research development. Please join me in welcoming Professor Angelica Baylon. Prof. Baylon has dedicated over 25 years to advancing education and institutional growth in her role at the Maritime Academy of Asia and the Pacific. As the Director of External Relations, a position she has held since 2014, she has been instrumental in pioneering initiatives that enhance the Academy's strategic planning and external collaborations. Her career is marked by commitment to professional growth, and she's known for her ability to challenge and inspire her team. We are privileged to have Professor Baylon with us today. We hope that her guidance and invaluable insights will add value to our discussions. Thank you, Prof. Baylon. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Welcome to the Maritime Panel session with theme Bridging the Talent Gap in the Maritime Industry, Leveraging Technology for a Future-Ready Workforce. Earlier, we have listened to the excellent presentations that talked about current challenges in education, how to bridge the talent gap, and to leverage technology for a future-ready workforce. With the same theme, but focusing more on the maritime industry, are eminent members of the panel representing Oman, South Korea, Russia, and the Philippines. Respectfully, would like to call the members of our team to join me on screen.
Good day, distinguished chair. Angelica, I could hardly hear you.
You can hear me? I'm not audible.
Hear you. I could hardly hear you.
Okay, let me get my. Sorry for that.
Prof, if you can just increase your volume a bit.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, Dr. Pavel.
Can you hear me now?
I can introduce myself while during this, so if you don't mind, if this is my turn now, yeah?
Do you hear me now? You hear me?
I think, Mr. Pavel, you can go ahead.
Could you hear me?
I can start? Can
Yes,
I start?
I think that is better, Dr. Baylon.
Mr. Pavel, could you kindly introduce yourself, please?
Hi, now it's my turn. I can start also, Doctor.
Oh, yeah. First, okay, ladies first. I would like to call Lady Master Martyrs, and just recently in June 2024, we participated in AMET Global Maritime Conference and Awards in Chennai, in India, wherein she won the Best Paper Award. Let me call my dear friend, Dr. Tugsan, from Turkey, one of the first Lady Master Martyrs of Turkey. She's a captain superintendent as she leads the Maritime Department from the National University of Science and Technology, Oman, to greet and further introduce herself.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for this wonderful presentation. Sorry, I am a little bit late. I can just start now, if it is fine, dear Doctor.
I think this is a panel discussion. What are you going to present? Okay. So next, I would like to introduce my dear colleague, Dr. Pavel Kovalishin. And the last time we met was in Poland for the Transnaf conference, wherein he presented a mind-boggling, highly technical paper. And glad to see him again, even virtual, made possible by GenuineIN. Dr. Pavel Kovalishin, representing Russia, is Deputy Director of Kaliningrad State Technical University for Baltic Fishing State Academy. So Dr. Pavel Kovalishin, kindly introduce yourself. Hear me?
Okay. Distinguished chair and distinguished participants, Angelica, I'm happy to see you again. And I'm Pavel Kovalishin from Baltic Fish and Fleet State Academy. I'm deputy head for international relations, not deputy head for the whole academy, but deputy head for international. So I'm more official than researcher, but in any case, I have to deal with the issues and with this painstaking, I would say, issues, and this very relevant. And I would like briefly tell you about our university. Our university is situated in the westernmost part of Russia, in Kaliningrad. And actually, this is quite of consortium. We have Kaliningrad State Technical University, Baltic Fish and Fleet State Academy, and 2 maritime colleges. And our business card, or our, what are we famous most of all, maybe you know, this is the famous sail training vessel called Krusenstern and Sidov. These are famous all over the world, and they had circumnavigations. Okay, thank you very much for attention. That's it. That's okay.
Yes, and last but not the least, of course, is a top MAAP alumnus. He was a top maritime student awardee, a licensed ship engineer, and now my dear colleague, who I always have the pleasure to see regularly at MAAP, being the head of the Innovation Project Office of MAAP. Ship Engineer Bobby Caceres, please. Bob, do you hear me? You have the floor.
Thank you, Dr. Baylon, for that
So we have heard a lot of from the excellent presenters and from the previous sessions. Hence, this session we will hear from the maritime point of view with focus on maritime, bridging talent gaps, competency skills, maritime workforce, technologies, and each of the members of the panel is requested to limit their response to 1.5 minutes each. So my first question is, how will the industry's workforce look in 2030? Of course, when we are predicting the exact details of the maritime industry workforce in 2030, it's challenging, but we can have some educated guess based on current trends and technological advancement. What can we expect to remain the same in the shipping industry regarding seafarers, management, and learning? So, Captain Dr. Tugsan, please.
Thank you very much, dear Doctor. It's my pleasure and honor to be here again with you. I remember our beautiful days at India, Ahmet University. Thank you. If you let me, I can start now. Just a minute, please.
Or can we hear the view of while Captain Tugsan is okay, she started. Oh, she is sharing her presentation.
Is it my turn or sorry, because Doctor, I can hardly hear you. I cannot be sure. I can start, or if it is not my turn, I can close.
So you can't hear me.
Okay, I'm
Miss Angelica,
starting.
I'm also hearing you here, but is my audible also visible? Audible, I mean.
Yes, I can hear you clearly and I can see you all. But my my concern is, do you hear me?
Yes. When you use your headset, I think it's audible on my side. I'm not sure with the other
How
participants.
about you, Pavel? Do you hear me? Tugsan.
I hear you well.
Okay. So this session is a
Angelica, sorry, I could hardly hear you.
oh really? Oh, anyway, let's
Yeah.
do the presentation of Dr. Captain Tugsan first, while I'm fixing my audio. Okay, Dr.
Okay,
Captain
doctor.
Tugsan, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you. Okay, I'm starting my presentation now. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Dr. Captain Arife Isiacik. I am working at National University of Science and Technology International Maritime College Oman as a captain superintendent and head of maritime department. Today, my presentation, I will prepare for navigation excellence, the future of maritime education and employability. First of all, I would like to make a small review for our technical presentation. Just a minute, this is... Can you see my screen?
Yes, clear.
Okay, thank you. If we are speaking from today's maritime agenda, if we check with goals of 2030 of IMO goals, we all know that the world trade is expanding and we are expecting increase of maritime transportation at a rate of 300% from 2015 to 2030. Technology advancement, acceleration and speed of innovation in commercial shipping is too much. And we also know not only IMO targets, IMO is also following and supporting United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And beside this, for the environmental issue, IMO is also supporting Paris Agreement goals. Yeah, everybody, I think, in the maritime sector, more or less have information about motor vessel Yara Birkeland. This ship is, we know that zero emission, zero carbon dioxide emission. And now, like this Yara Birkeland, many of shippings are trying to achieve these goals. So I am passing all this simulation now. Yes. As a trainer and as someone who is working on board and academic side, we can say that STCW is not enough. It is the only minimum requirements providing maritime education and training. Approximately, we know that 106 million seafarers worldwide are applying STCW regulations. But today, maritime education and training, it is not enough. So today, I will discuss about more about how we can increase our maritime students and seafarer skills. We had a project about how we can introduce, how we can create awareness for the future maritime, for maritime students and for the maritime affairs and training environment. So we made a project and our project is accepted. Related this project, we prepare some questions, how to structure collaboration between industry, education, national governments, maritime experts, and other education providers. How effective and efficient maritime education and training for future maritime domain can be given to maritime institutions, students, how to design and publish educational set for the future focus, learning outcomes and the basic future skills needs of training. So when we prepare these research questions, our survey response occupations, 13 survey questions, most of them are master mariner, assistant professor, lecturer, and actively sea service who is as a master or chief engineer. Director of Maritime Standards, Senior Project Manager. So we asked them, in terms of maritime professionals, what are the current shortage? The replies are following the recent change, green ship decarbonization skills, automation and digitalization skills, advanced technologies, and what decarbonization, digitalization, and soft skills are the most shortage seafarer feeling. Do you think that STC convention requirements are enough? Most of our replies are as no. Which lessons should be included in a future program for enhancing skills and increase maritime future shipping? Again, the replies are digitalization skills, soft and transitional skills, communication on board. And when we ask them to please rank the criteria from highest to lowest for the shipping technology, again, most of the replies are ship digitalization, sustainability, green energy, and clean seas, remote controlling. So what are the main three characteristics of the maritime industry for today's and future shipping? When we ask, from the screen, you can see very clearly decarbonization, green shipping, digitalization, sustainability, and automation. And what types of technology-based skills do you need when we ask? The replies are curriculum, computer-based training, simulation, digital technology, AR, and VR. So last question, how can marine lecturers improve themselves and stay current with maritime technology to ensure that they are teaching maritime students efficiently for future maritime needs? Again, most of the questions are to integrate it with maritime industry, attending joining conferences, continuous education, increasing technology soft skills. These are the also, and what is this question? Why this question is? Because not only students, but also maritime lecturers have to adapt themselves today and future maritime developments and technologies. So when we search literature review, what is the main findings from the literature review? Which types of skill training needed? Again, we see with the yellow bar as digital literacy, cybersecurity, automation, and data analysis. But also please check leadership, communication skills, and environmental awareness are the most part of skill training needed. So integrated advanced technologies and what the seafarers will do. Of course, we don't skip directly autonomous ships. There is a process, and no one can say the ships will be directly fully controlled in an age of 10 years. So during this process, seafarers should also concentrate integrated advanced technologies, how to use the maritime operations. As technology advances rapidly, the maritime education and training sector is undergoing a significant transformation. These are numerous challenges facing the maritime industry, including the need to increase operational efficiency, meet stringent safety requirements, like AI, machine learning, digital platform into our curriculum addresses. So what types of new generation of maritime professionals should be? What they have to know when they are on board, what will they use? They have to know, they have to aware about efficiency in optimization, safety enhancement, sustainable initiatives, performance optimization, and case study impact. How they can, we are expecting for the future seafarers to know to use the system, digital twin, blockchain systems, cloud technology, already use Internet of Things, virtual reality, augmented reality, but I am not talking about as a simulator. They have to, especially marine engineer part, marine engineers should use virtual reality and augmented reality for fixing, for maintenance. They can, they have ability to use these systems. Fuel optimization system, vessel performance monitoring, weather routing and voyage optimization to managing data, This machine learning and artificial intelligence already start to use. So we are expecting for the seafarers, for the senior officers to use these programs. So we have to set their background, how to use these programs or these systems efficiently. Predictive maintenance of equipment on board with AI, with machine learning, reduction in fuel consumption, emission gases. So parameters that affect future maritime employment for my last part of my presentation. Again, we are focusing on digitalization, decarbonization, and human skills. So human skills, how to improve maritime students to increase their soft skills. So the best way to increase the soft skills of maritime students to prepare them to future maritime, we have to check for working as a team, traineeship. Traineeship is a must to learn for our students, for the future officers, leadership and teamwork to increase their human skills ability. It is essential to ensure that human skills are included and taught in the maritime curriculum. Now, as per our university, National University of Science and Technology, International Maritime College, Oman, we are already starting to prepare these courses as elective courses. And we are preparing our aim to prepare our students for the next generation of maritime environment, if it is shore control or onboard systems. So alternative teaching and development mechanisms should be placed, such as, again, reintroduction, as I mentioned, traineeships. And these skills are very important for our students' behavioral change. So this was the human skill, but what about decarbonization? The transition scalable zero-emission marine fuels has the potential to create up 4 million jobs across the energy supply chain by 2050. The transition of scalable zero emission of marine fuels has the potential to create up 4 million cumulative jobs across the energy supply chain by 2050. So what is the next other jobs when we compare? It's not only ship part. We have to think about what are the other employability the maritime students can go through. It's not only the ship, it is also, especially for decarbonization and renewable energy part. Our any maritime students, when they are graduating from the maritime schools, they have enough skill to work also the decarbonization and digitalization industry. To put this number in perspective, today's global merchant seafarer workforce totals roughly 2 million. The creation of these jobs is vital in supporting a just energy, furthering climate ambition within shipping and the wider economy, and ensure that the sector's energy transition creates a real opportunities for the people affected. For example, last year, member states of IMO agreed to end date for fossil fuel consumption by targeting net zero greenhouse gases. We know that 2050 zero aim of IMO targets. So regarding these targets, we are slowly can enhance the maritime training for the opportunities of future jobs for our students. As I told you, not only decarbonization, also renewable energy generation is a great source of new jobs. Manufacturing, construction and installation, operation and maintenance are the types of new jobs for the maritime-based training. Decarbonization and digitalization skills. So seafarers play a critical role in the marine industry and smooth functioning of global trade. They provide essential skills and labor to keep shipping operations running, the safe and efficient operation of vessels, cargo transport, and the role of seafarers is expected to shift dramatically they would have to demonstrate operational insight to ensure the vessel operates safely and sustainable during their voyage. The program, the systems, as I showed you a few minutes ago. So as a conclusion, jobs in digitalization, if we can summarize, what are the new types of jobs for the maritime-based students, maritime training-based students? We can categorize in 3 groups. Because if you remember, I start my presentation again with the 3, digitalization, decarbonization, and soft skills. Let's look now. Jobs in digitalization, what can be? Maritime cybersecurity specialist. With the rise of digital technologies and automated systems, the maritime industry is more vulnerable to cyber threats. So this can be essentially protecting vessels and infrastructure from cyber attacks. Data analyst, scientist, remote operations manager, digital twin specialist, autonomous vessel technician. Jobs in decarbonization, sustainability officer, marine environmental scientist, alternative fuels engineer, energy efficiency manager, green ship designer. And hybrid roles, digital decarbonization consultant, smart port development manager, fleet performance manager, traditional roles with a modern twist, chief engineer with digital expertise, captain with environmental focus. Previously, being a captain is, of course, the captain's role is never changed, but now the captain's roles are also added some soft skills. The captains have to know also digitalization and decarbonization very well. The one thing is, I have completed my PhD in remote sensing and satellite communication, and I am working on the studying on this subject. What is the next? Maybe not directly full autonomous, but shore control center is coming soon, that I believe. A shore control center serves as the onshore control and monitoring hub for remotely operated and autonomous vessels. Its primary function is to monitor vessel operations and take direct remote control in extraordinary situations, ensuring operators remain aware of the vessel's status despite physical distance. So when the ships is remotely controlled ships, as a disadvantages and with advantages, we will face these situations also. Maybe this can be reason of reduced seafarers on board ship, and this can make the life on board harder. So regarding this, we have to increase some skills of seafarers also about managing the situation they are having. So this was my presentation. I hope you like it, or any question. I am trying my best. Yes, Dr. Angelica.
Now, do you hear me now? Am I audible?
Yes. Yeah, doctor.
Okay, very clear now. Okay, thank you very much, Captain Dr. Tugsan, for that very comprehensive presentation, which actually answered my question for this panel discussion. What will maritime stakeholders require from the existing and future crew workforce, considering the developments in technology? Now, for Pavel and Bobby, for Chief Engineer Bobby Caceres, and of course, Dr. Pavel Kovalishin, I'd like to hear your point of view. Let's start with Dr. Pavel. How will the artificial intelligence and technology impact the people on board and ashore? Dr. Pavel, maybe hear your thoughts.
Okay. Actually, this story is as old as the world, because as you remember, in 1964, there was a circular on automation from IMO, yeah, and about the era, about the implementation, introduction of this automation on board. And of course, it can impact the workforce. This is the configuration of the workforce, because the introduction of these technologies will inevitably increase the necessity in brand new or state-of-the-art skills, and just the adaptability of the workforce, of the personnel for for implementation of these technologies. And the only negative trait of this impact is that the guys who had the education long time ago, they can be out of this competition, because the use of these technologies require very flexible curricula. And it's a great pleasure, it's twice as pleasure to hear about body of knowledge. This is the the product of IMU under the guidance of IMO, and this instrument, this tool allows to modify or just to upgrade curricula. And what else? How can impact? I think the major thing about this is also to ask how the facilities, how the infrastructure for these vessels, for these technologies will be upgraded, because without upgrading the actual infrastructure and facilities globally, I think it's not quite possible to introduce this. And each time we are talking about era of mass autonomous vessels. When I had meeting with students and presented him some concepts of autonomous vessel and remote control of this, they were shocked. Some of them were shocked because the question was, are we going to lose our jobs, especially marine engineers, if everything will be remotely, if everything? So maybe you specify, but this is my point of view, that the mindset must be ready for this, the infrastructure, the facilities, and all legal framework must be ready for this, because something like this, that's my point of view.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kovalishin, for your insights. We would like to hear from Chief Engineer Bobby Caceres, please. Your thoughts.
Thank you for that question, Dr. Baylon. And as I agree with Dr. Pavel with his inputs regarding the impact of this technology to the industry. My question in my mind when I had the question is, where is this coming from? Why are we having such changes in the industry? Why is the industry so inclined to introduce this kind of technology? I would like to point out that we are in this technology because we would like to address some issues that are actually happening. So on perspective coming from a country wherein we are a supplier of the workforce, a country that is inclined in supplying the laborers or the crew for the vessel. There is another point which was already pointed by Dr. Pavel, that what will happen to the crew if the technology is already they're having such mass vessel. But so as he answered it, and so I believe it might not be possible that the industry will be shifting all of it going to the mass technology. What will happen, or what might happen, I assume, is there will be a mix of both technologies, meaning the one that is in the present one, and also with the incoming, which is including the mass and this Internet of Things or the AI. There might be a mix of both entities on the ocean. So maybe another thing to point out is we need to check on what are the risks or what will be the changes in the navigation, because if both technologies are available, an example would be what will happen if a mass vessel and a traditional one have encountered during navigation. So meaning, will the vessel with the ordinary or traditional one will just avoid the mass vessel, or there will be a certain ruling following the collision regulations. And so the to answer shortly the question for in what will this impact is, it might not be that the people will really lose jobs. There might be some vessels having no people, but there can be other roles that will be available. As also mentioned by uh, Dr. Captain Arife, she mentioned that there will be new rules like working in this industry wherein we have the renewable energies, and like uh, the catch for the industry, we will need to redefine what is a seafarer. Maybe we will change the wording from a seafarer into a maritime worker, because from a seafarer we work on board the ship, but for the next generation wherein we have vessels that don't really have the people on board, maybe we can call ourselves like maritime workers. So instead of working just on the vessel, we can also work on the shores, like shore operator. I think I have seen it on the presentation of Dr. Kolak, the shore control center, wherein
Shore
we have
center.
operators
Yes,
like
shore
this one.
control
And
center.
another, yes, the SEC. And also to that, maybe aside from the shore controllers, for the engineers, there will still always be maintenance and repairs, and it might not be on the spot wherein the engineers are on board. I have seen the article once regarding the same vessel that was presented by Dr. Kolak, the Yara Bertland, that there was already an approval from a class allowing the vessel to have the chief engineer work assured, monitoring the operations of the vessel from a desktop, and then we'll just do the the reports or the maintenance planning to go on the vessel and to do it while the vessel is ashore. So maybe that would be the my point of view on what will be the impact of this technology on the future that will happen. Thank you very much for that.
Wow. To summarize, no, your point of view. So you say that AI and technology will enable remote monitoring and management of vessels, which means that onshore personnel will be able to provide support and guidance to onboard crew members more effectively, because there will be clear communication channels and effective collaboration between onshore and onboard teams. And also, as Pavel and Tugsan said, that it can also lead, no, to increase operational efficiency and productivity in maritime operation, and leading to cost savings, like fuel savings, reduced maintenance costs, better performance that would benefit both the shipping companies and the crew members. Um, and of course can help reduce the manual workload for crew members by handling repetitive tasks, providing decision support. Um, do you think it could also improve crew morale, no, and reduce the risk of human factor in critical operations? Um, it can also provide valuable decision-making support to crew members, as Tugsan said, analyze data in real time, predicting maintenance needs, optimizing routes, improving overall operational efficiency, and the like. No? So with this increased use of automation, artificial intelligence, data analytics in maritime operations, what should the seafarer students need to possess in addition to what Tugsan had said, no? She made mention about soft skills, no? So I'd like to hear from Dr. Pavel, please.
Soft skills. Dear Angelica, can I add on the previous matter? Okay, some items. Will you allow me on IE? Yeah.
Okay,
On IE, of course, one of the impact it can assist. Yes, as the professor told, crew members in tasks such as navigation, engine operation, safety monitoring, and it can result in increased efficiency and reduced human errors. And also, overall, the integration of AV and technology in maritime industry will require a workforce adaptable, tech-savvy, and capable of working in a highly automated environment. Training and education will be essential to ensure that crew members are prepared for the evolving technological landscape of the industry. And you're asking me about soft skills, yeah? Maybe just, you agree or not, maybe extraordinary point of view. If dealing with cadets, yes, because I'm involved in MET, so Maritime Education and Training, I can tell you that there is a very good way to develop, to upgrade their soft skills. Maybe this is the very good extracurricular work, such as volunteering activities, such as different technological club, scientific club, different events. This is the best way, and just for them to see the best practices, the state-of-the-art cases in technologies, in how to say, in shipping 4.0, yeah? And this is, I think, volunteering, for example, produce empathy and also how you call emotional intelligence. So I think this is one of the way it's just to upgrade extracurriculum, because cadet mustn't be just a technical item, yeah? Just this is this. He has also studied humanities and also to study intercultural competences, intercultural processes, and that's why I think extracurricular work gives us a great green light for this. This is my point of view. Thank you very much for attention.
Doctor, may I add something also to Dr. Pavel?
Yes, Dr. Tugsan.
Very shortly.
Yeah, please.
Please.
Okay. Last month, I gave some one topic to my graduation students. They are preparing their graduation thesis. The topic is how we can use AI in navigation.
Mm-hmm.
And they work a lot for this project. And at the end of the project, our students approach and make their defense regarding the topic. And the conclusion is AI is only a support system. It cannot be they cannot make a decision. So the last decision maker, again, officer of the watch. Okay, we can use digitalization, AI technology for assisting to make a decision. So regarding your question, how we can improve the soft skills of students, especially for marine engineers and deck officers, I think they have to concentrate decision making. And they have to critical thinking, decision making.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, we know that it's not easy during this student. Their abilities increase with the sea service, but we have to give softly to leadership. These things already they are taking, but critical thinking and decision making process and to make a fast decision, I think this is the most important for the future of their careers. That's I want that.
Well.
And if you allow me, I just add a little thing that also it is very productive ESP, Education for Sustainable Development. You can monitor, you can test how the cadet student develops in this way.
Now, let us hear from Chief Engineer Bobby Caceres, no? With the energy transition and the changing technologies in shipping, what sort of opportunities exist for young people as you represent?
Thank you for that question, Dr. Angelica. Before answering maybe the question that you have given me, Doctor, I would like to, can I add more on the soft skills that was mentioned a while ago? I was actually thinking, and maybe I cannot sleep if I will not be able to share my thoughts regarding the previous questions that you had. So regarding the soft skills, ma'am, maybe what in my point of view, yes, I agree totally with Dr. Pavel and Dr. Arife regarding the decision making and leadership. But as we look into the, let's say, the STCW, we have competence table wherein we divide it by level, and then we have the operational one and the management one. So from the perspective of a cadet, I think we really need to work on how they work with the team and regarding their decision making on their level. And aside from that, when we go to the much higher level, we address the management for the management level course. We can go beyond that one wherein we address the leadership on in or the much higher decision making. But we can still use the STCW as our guidance for the soft skills or the items that our trainees or cadets really need to have. And to answer the question that you have asked, Dr. Angelica regarding that was regarding
Changing technologies.
it, the technology we're in. Sorry, can I ask again regarding the question? I lost a little while there.
Because with the energy transition and the changing technologies, as what we heard from Captain Tugsan, no, in shipping. So, what sort of opportunities now exist for young people?
Okay. So with the energy transition, meaning that we are using renewable energies and we also use the term transition fuels, meaning as we all know it with a transition fuel, we are using fuel that emits lesser carbon, meaning that we use the LNG and some gases like the ammonia or methanol to be utilized as our fuel. So what sort of opportunities does it make for the young people? So using those technologies, aside from being seafarer working on board, I think this was already mentioned by Dr. Kolak in her presentation that we have such roles wherein our people can work in the industries that have these infrastructures. In an example wherein we use some green methanol, the issue that the industry is having, methanol does possess a good possibility of future fuel that we use, less emission, meaning a better environmental fuel. But the problem is um, we do not have yet the enough supply for this such fuel source. So what we can have is if uh, investors or the stakeholders will provide this infrastructure producing the fuel or the existing technology and this one, these young people can actually take part work on this industry wherein they provide the fuel and the technology. For the technology, I think we have already talked about it that people can not just work on board, they can work ROC operators or the ROC remote operation center. They can also work as technician wherein they will just board the vessel when the repairs and the maintenance are needed and to not stay directly on board. So I would like to point out some best practice that our institution, together of course with Dr. Baylon, that we are doing. We are going beyond what is being required by the administration, wherein we just train them to become engineers and officers. We are also doing other courses that are not mandated, training them as rack operators. We already have the simulators that actually train or operates the ROC. And then we also do have the simulators regarding the new engine technologies that we have. To point that out, the the teaching, the one thing that we can actually take a look at is maybe we can check or we can review the program that we are actually giving these young people. What I mean to say is that undergrad wherein they will be um, um, licensed as officers. The things that they have studied in school maybe is no longer dated or what is really needed by the industry as of today. So maybe we can take a review on that and to add the things that really matters. In one story that I have had a chat with a newly grad or a cadet on board, what happened is uh, the engine cadet was shocked when he saw the top of the engine inside the vessel because when the cadet is in school, they were taught that there were two types of combustion engine wherein we have the diesel and the auto cycle. But when they come on board and then they only have like two or three arms from the cylinder head, but when they actually on board, they presented or they had this picture that the top of the engine looks like acacia. An acacia tree is a type of tree wherein they have so many branches, and then the cadet was shocked what is happening inside this engine and how this engine really works because of those technology that was already inserted onto that engine. So maybe I have answered already and way beyond the question, Dr. Angelica.
So you mean that due to the ship demands for more fuel efficient, environmental friendly, compliant with stricter regulation, so young people with backgrounds in naval architecture, marine engineering, sustainable design can contribute to the development of green ship design engineering. So more young people with backgrounds in renewable energy, electrical engineer, and maritime studies could find opportunities for this shipping industry that is moving towards cleaner fuel and renewable source energies. Okay. How about you, Dr. Pavel? Do you have anything to share?
Could you please repeat because I can't hear you?
You can hear.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. What I mean with the energy transition and changing technologies in shipping, what sort of opportunities exist for young people? Chief Engineer Caceres made mention about renewable energy, cleaner fuels, and environmental friendly, increasing demands for ships that are fuel efficient. And he said that this would encourage young people with backgrounds in architecture, marine engineering, or with backgrounds in renewable energy, electrical engineering, and maritime studies. So how about those, because we also have data analytics.
Do I get you right that you mean about the perception of renewable energy and the new technology in this field, yes?
Yeah.
You mean this? What are the opportunities for youngsters?
For young people.
Okay. Sure.
Transition.
Do I get you right?
Yeah.
Do I get you right?
Yeah, not only for the maritime, I mean, but with the energy transition and changing technologies in the shipping industry, that provides, because the maritime sector is encompassing, a whole lot of professions. With the opportunities like this that was discussed by Captain Tugsan, so many opportunities: digitalization, decarbonization, renewable energy, and all that. digital technologies, data analytics that really transform the shipping industry. So what opportunities does it provide for young people, which you can think of?
Okay. I would like also to say that, you know, this generation, it's called Generation Z, yes?
Yes.
And they are, how to say, they are healthy way of life prone, they are green way of life prone. And of course, the new regulations, for example, this is from IMO about the, how to say, cut greenhouse emission, yes? That will inevitably create new requirements, yes, new requirements in.
And Dr. Pavel, earlier you made mention about the 17 SDGs, no?
Yes,
which
yes,
every one
yes.
of us are encouraged to contribute. So that would increase focus on sustainability and environmental regulation in shipping.
Yes, yes, yes. They it will require to upgrade just to improve their sustainability skills, and of course the new training program, and very efficiently nowadays the different institutes for artificial intelligence departments and institutes are developed, and the youngsters are keen on acquiring or perception of these new technologies. Of course, these opportunities in terms of the new skills for shipping 4.0 for youngsters. And they will have to, yes, they will have to cope with these technologies.
So young people.
Doctor, I want to add something also to Dr. Pavel and the Chief Engineer Bobby. Is it correct translation? I pronounce it.
Bobby. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Chief Engineer Bobby. Now we are in the age of, as you mentioned, digital transition, but also alternative fuels. Like Oman, for example, Oman is now making very high investment about alternative fuels. And now Oman will be hub port, especially south part of Oman, because it is very close to major sea routes from Asia to Atlantic Ocean. So they are preparing new hub ports for renewable energy transition, and alternative fuels. And this investment, of course, we will have naval architects or offshore engineers, but we need someone also understand maritime and ship systems for their ports. Mainly ports managers are based on captains or engineers. So this is also good for future type job for energy transition, alternative fuels, their maintenance, especially for engineers part, is very a good opportunity for the future maritime job.
So
and also, yes, if you allow me, yes, thank you very much for. Can I add one sentence, please?
Okay, one sentence.
Yeah. One sentence, yes. Thank you very much for mentioning Green Ports Technologies. We were involved in the project. It was just framework for energy efficiency for green ports. Of course, we say nearly zero emission ports. We can't say completely zero. Yes, it is also very. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this session, and I would like to hear your thoughts. If you could change just one thing that would have a profound or immediate impact on making a career in shipping more attractive to young people that is outside the industry, what would it be and why? So again, if you could change one thing that would have a profound or immediate impact on making a career in shipping more attractive to young people outside the industry, what would it be and why?
Okay, nice question.
Can I please? No.
Yeah, please. Yes, Dr. Pavel. Yeah.
The main issue, the main problem is how to bridge the gap in talent gap, yeah. And now the problem, I think, not only in state-of-the-art skills, but also how to investigate and how to deeply understand what happened to avoid this deficit. Because nowadays 90,000 seagoing officers are in demand globally. And really, the sector, the answers, the why maritime career has become less popular. I think this is one of the crucial issue nowadays. And then go to the new skills. And sorry for interrupting.
Can I add also to Dr. Pavel comments? Recently, I read one paper. It is related with European Union countries, how they are attracted for maritime students to the sea. For example, some countries even very less attraction. So the young people are not selecting, they are not seeing themselves on board because they are now more social. Generation also change. They don't want to work on board. The longest period of staying on board is 8 years. 8 years, unfortunately, and they are having education. Some of them without any sea service, they are directly going to onshore. So what we have to do, I think, we have to separate maritime in two programs, with a sea service, without sea service. And without sea service, this all options for the future, they can concentrate here. But who really want to see on board can concentrate the sea, the ship itself. Okay, this was my comment, Doctor.
And if you allow, can I add?
Last.
Will you allow me to add?
Engineer Caceres, do you want to add more? So
sorry, ma'am. If there will be one thing that I think would make the industry be attractive to the future generation is to address what they really need. So as of the generation now, which I think we are trying to address those things. One is people don't really want to be away for quite a long time, like what we really have as a seafarer. So I appreciate the things that the shipping companies are doing, reducing the contracts of the crew on board. So when I first joined the vessel, I had like 9 months, and now you can actually stay for like 3 months, and then you can go on vacation and then go back again for another 3 months. So I think that is one, but it is already happening. Another one is some really don't, but even though it's 3 months, it's still a long time. So we can now, I think it's now the right time that we can now tell the young people that you can be a seafarer without actually going on sea or going at sea by merely operating the vessel from work or from your desktop, checking, being an engineer while looking at the digital twins or the data analytics that is coming into your desktop coming from the vessel. Of course, you will still be doing or serving some sea time, but it's not that as long time as it was before. I think that will give instruction. And one thing more is from a point of view of countries supplying the workforce in the industry, because I understand that the Philippines is one of the countries supplying a large portion of the seafarers. One would attract Filipino is to increase more the compensation and some other benefits that the people really want to listen to. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Can I add a very short sentence?
Okay.
And can I just extend a bit? And also very low number in engine cadets. Most of them wants to be navigators. Nobody wants to be, engine cadets, because this is, I tell you, this is a new generation. They want to be bloggers or something like this. and of course staying far away from home, then hard working, and also some psychological aspects. This is very serious for them. And what else I can add? We have some national practices here, the federal project, and because some really the course of study is very long, yes, up to 6 years, then plus seagoing experience and so on. Yeah, some of the guys wants to earn money right now. And as for secondary vocational maritime education, situation quite different. A lot of guys wants to join maritime colleges, because now it just from 2 to 4 years, it is quite enough to start maritime career, something like this. So this more flexible curricular program. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. I really enjoyed this session, but time is really running fast, and I have receiving signal now from our Master of Ceremonies. And to sum it up, in bridging the gap, if based on what I heard from you, that if you could change one thing to make a career in shipping more attractive to young people outside the maritime industry, that we should focus on increasing awareness and education about the diverse and exciting opportunities available within the shipping sector. With that, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Captain Dr. Tugsan. I really enjoyed listening to your thoughts, and I'd like to see you again very soon. To Dr. Pavel Kovalishin, thank you so much, my friend, and hope to see you soon also. And to, of course, Chief Engineer Bobby Caceres, I see you tomorrow. So good day, everyone, and
Thank you.
Really a pleasure to moderate this exciting session. Thank you so much to the
Thank you for sharing, Doctor. It's pleasure for us. It's an honor for us to be with you. Thank you for everybody. I am very happy to meet you all. Thank you.
Very friendly discussion. Thank you very much. It was always a great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, organizers. Thank you very much for all this.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Prof. Baylon, and thank you, the panelists, for that enlightening session.